Namaskaram everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Silicon Andhra sponsored Mindfulness workshop. This is the week 2, session 2 of the workshop. It's an 8-week workshop. Thanks for taking time and coming and joining us. We have our amazing guru, Sri Manoj Joshi ji. Manoj ji, thank you for helping us and getting us, trying to get us in shape. Completely. So we are trying to do our bit to help the community. So thank you, Manoj. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Rajuji. We will start with, I'll try to do a screen share. Hopefully that will work. Let's see. You can see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, great. So friends, welcome back and we'll have a wonderful time for this 1 hour. We will do some breathing exercise, some stretching, a little bit more, like some micro exercise. We can do it because it's again a virtual session, and we will take some question and answer. So today is the second week of our Mindfulness in Action, Your Health is in Your Hands program. So we have got different ways of helping people to get into shape, as Rajuji just talked about. Being in shape means not just in physical shape, but in our mind, in our emotions. How do we come back to being in shape with our spirit? Because right now we all are facing the biggest war between the human race and a virus. And the whole world is totally coming to a standstill. So we have to be in shape to continue to fight this war with the virus until we get the vaccine. But until we get the vaccine, we have to make sure that using the ancient technique, using our personal discipline, how we can be a little bit more healthier, how can we build our immune system stronger, how can we put our mind into action so that we constantly remain in the present moment, not get grabbed by the stress, the worries, the anxieties, and all this negativity associated with this kind of pandemic right now. So we have to really conjure up all the energy that we have got. We have to conserve our prana to build a stronger immune system individually, in a family, in our community, and in the entire world as one human race who will be remembered how we fought this war. It's almost like a third world war. I called something like a pralaya. In the mythological term, we call it pralaya, when everything upheavals and then a new beginning emerges. So I believe this is a transformation time between the technology and spirituality to work together to give us the right direction. So with that, we'll start. We'll continue to do this program. So the point that this slide I was bringing is like, we try to help individuals with a very innovative program that I have been offering for almost like 10 years in the Bay Area to executives and CEOs and different people who have got the potential to do so many things. But with little help from yoga and Vedanta background, they could be the best CEO of the world, or they could be the best person in this Silicon Valley. So we have a program called FAME. It's called Focus and Mind Empowerment Program that I offer to all individuals on an individual basis. How can we help individually? On a group basis, we have these programs, what we're doing right now. And also globally, we have launched another program called Hridayam. It's called Human Resources Inner Development with Applied Yoga and Mindfulness. So we have got an 8-step strategy for that. And we are talking to many small institutions or big institutions in India. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to work with a platform where 30,000 people listened to us. 30,000 people for 90 minutes. They interacted with us online from an Indian school organization. Their universities and schools, all the parents and students and teachers and entrepreneurs, they attended to our program. So that's a program that we are launching in India and everywhere else called Hridayam. The third one we are doing it is a global consciousness development program, which is again a free program. Thanks to one of the non-profit that I work for. I'm the president of that organization called 21 SWP. It's a social wellness partnership program. 21 SWP is social wellness partnership, where we try to talk to a lot of people by cleaning up the human mind. So that's the project that we have taken. So as a part of that, we have launched one program, and then right now we're going to relaunch another program, second version of that, for the 15th of August. This is to celebrate India's Independence Day, or India's Independence Month, or India's Independence Spirit, to free up the global human mind from stress, worries, anxieties, fear, anger, frustration, depression, suicidal tendency, etc. So we have a very innovative program for 30 days of meditation, 15 minutes every day, in dedication to someone that you care about in your life. They may not be somebody which you may be very close, somebody like a stranger or somebody unknown to you also, you can do that. So when we become a little bit unselfish, the power of our mind opens up. That is what Swami Vivekananda talked many years ago. So we are trying to experiment all those concepts and try to see how we can really come out from this pandemic and then create a global human consciousness, which will help us to move forward in our life. So there are three ways: individually, institution-wise, and globally. We're trying to create a mindfulness and yoga and Vedanta project to help each other. So this is called Hridayam, Human Resource Inner Development with Applied Yoga and Meditation. So as you can see, like, there are different problems. On the left side, there are different problems, you can name it. And then also there are different opportunities for us. How do we do the applied aspect of yoga and mindfulness to bring consciousness, leadership, inspirational leadership, transformational leadership. So I will talk a little bit more about the Hridayam component later, but today we will jump to the other aspect of our program. So last time we talked about this course. We talked to the step one. So you have to excuse me, I have to get back to a new slide. This is the old slide. So this is what we had done it last time. Sorry about that. So meanwhile, like, let's do some 2 minutes of breathing exercise. So very slowly breathe in and take a little longer time to breathe out. So if you're inhaling to the count of 4, try to exhale to the count of 8 and see if you can do 21 mindful breaths. So most of our programs, we start with 21 mindful breath. That's a wonderful way to calm our mind down and then make it more present. So let's start. Breathe into the count of 4, full capacity. Breathe out to the count of 8. And then we'll continue for 21 such breath. You can keep your eyes closed or open. Preferably closing eyes will be ideal because that will stop all the other distractions from the surrounding and then help us to more internalize our thoughts. So please close your eyes and continue a long and deep breath right now. Last 5 more breaths. Breathe in slowly and breathe out completely. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now let's bring back both the palms together to the heart center. Let's take a moment to repeat our sankalp, the one that we said here last week, that I'm totally healthy, I'm truly happy, and something that is personal to you. Try to repeat that statement 3 times in your mind, like I'm totally healthy, I'm truly happy, and something that is closer to you. And create a feeling in your heart as if it's already happening. Now, we will chant a yoga prayer. You can open your eyes and try to look at the screen. I have put that mantra on the screen right now. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvisavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the universe protect us all. May the universe nourish us all. May this workshop be fruitful and enlightening for all of us. May there be no discord, no disharmony among anybody. May there be peace. Om, peace, peace, peace. Now, rub your palms together. Whenever we rub our palms together, it also activates the left and right brain. It's a very simple exercise that we can do all the time. And once your palms become warm enough, you can slowly keep them like 2 cups over your eyes and try to feel the warmth of your palms. This is a very good way to heal our eyes, our vision. After you take 1 or 2 mindful breaths, very slowly, gently, bring it back again and keep your palms open like a book and try to open your eyes and look at your palm. This is the first thing that we should do when we get up in the morning, to look at the palms, because the palms are a representation of the entire universe. Everything is there in our hands. And particularly in the digital age, when we started using our digits, our fingers, all the beautiful things happened. The technology started happening when we started opening up our palms from the ape. We became like a Homo erectus who stood on our 2 feet. And when we started using our fingers, the whole world changed for us. So that's why hands are a very important aspect of our life. So when we look at the palms, it rebuilds confidence that yes, I can do everything positively. Last time we talked about setting an intention. So there are 3 aspects that we talked about: set it right, reinforce it, and move forward with that. So you set up a goal in 3 pages. I'm totally healthy, I'm truly happy, and something personal. And then you reinforce it by thinking about how to turn on the internal GPS system. We talked about that goal positioning system, how you can remember that most of the time. So throughout this class or throughout the next series, we will be learning about many different ways of reinforcing it, how to master that goal remembrance, how to constantly remember that, so that we are driving this vehicle, body, mind, and spirit, towards a goal every moment. There is no other road for us. We cannot take a wrong exit. Even if we take one, it will put us back again towards our goal of total health, true happiness, and success in life. And we learned how to move forward by awakening the inner coach within. We watched this small movie. So this week we are talking about how do different stretching works. What are the different concepts of yoga, which talks about basic makeup of our being, how we are made up of, what are the different things inside us, what are the different components inside us, and how we can have a better understanding. For example, like if you have a red Ferrari sitting on your driveway, in order to take advantage of that, you have to learn how to drive it. You have to understand, like, what are the different components of the car, how to drive it. So likewise, this cosmic vehicle that is given to us, we have to understand what are the things that is there in this cosmic vehicle, which according to one survey, the value of this body, mind, and spirit that we all have is at least $65 million, each one of us. Forget about your bank balance, forget about your assets, your education and everything. Leave aside just the human body itself and mind and everything. If you calculate, according to one survey, it's $65 million. The price of your eyes, the nose, the heart, the skin, the hair, your mind, your thoughts, everything put together, $65 million. So this is a vehicle that is given to us free of cost, $65 million. And then how do we understand this so that we can reinforce our goal? That's the intent of this today's topic. Before that, let's do a small activity, just like last time we did using the chat room. I asked everybody to write your goal. So would you mind writing one or two sentences or just few words? What is yoga to you? I'll just wait for 2 minutes and Rajaji will help me in reading out few of the writings that you do on the chat so that we can have a discussion about what is yoga.
Manoj, you want me to read them?
I'm seeing it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Focus, mind. Right. The focus, mindfulness, bringing your concentration, that's good, strength and peace, inner core. Yoga is bliss, triggering the inner self of peace, balance of the body and mind. Yoga is way of life. Very good. Let's just keep it coming for another few seconds. Exercise of the body and mind. Yoga is mind, soul, body balance in life. Very good. Gyan to connect with self and divine. I know we all are from India. We know yoga more than anybody else in the world. Exercise for the mind to help focus and bring peace.
మీ దాంట్లో కనిపిస్తున్నాము గిఫ్ట్ spiritual what when you didn't finish your sentence.
Very good. I'll just wait for a few more seconds before I take up. You guys, the piece of health. As we talked about, health is also total health. You guys to help us to look inside us and feel as a part of this entire creation. That's very good. Yoga is way of life, balance and flexibility. Very good. I can see that everybody knows more than yoga, more than all the yogis of the world. Everybody is well aware of what yoga is. So that's great enough. That's good enough. Thank you very much for participating in this small exercise. What is yoga to us? So many of you talked about yoga is a way of life. Yoga is the focus of mind. So obviously, one thing is very clear that at least we believe that yoga is not just the stretching. Yoga is not just the breathing. You know, I call it in our center, not just yoga. Explore the 7 secrets to personal excellence. So that talks about stretching, the breathing, the eating, the cleansing, the healing, the relaxation and meditation. So of course, all these part of the yoga only. But because people have a limited understanding, at least to start with, yoga is all about physical exercise. That's not bad. We made yoga very popular from that angle. But right now, yoga also is being seen as a lifestyle. Yoga is being seen as a control to our mind. Yoga's specific components of pranayama is used by the doctors. Medical doctors are talking about it's brain coherence breathing or heart coherence breathing. So there are so many different aspects of yoga. If you look at whole Bhagavad Gita, everything is all about yoga. So let's explore more. So based on the yoga philosophy or based on the yoga's principles and what of the yoga can do it for us, the yogis talked about a universal model that we are all built up with. So they call it a Pancha Kosher. I know everybody must be knowing about it, but let me give a little 1-minute presentation of that Pancha Kosher. So kosha is the sheath, is a layer, just like you open up an onion and then there will be different layers of the onion, or we have got different layers of shirts and all the different layers of jackets and everything. So likewise, we have got skin, we have got flesh, we've got bone inside, we've got nerves, we've got arteries, and so many layers of our being. So the first one, the outermost layer that is mostly seen by others and seen by us, felt, or this outer vehicle, that's called Anandamayakosha, the sheath of physical body, which is created out of the food. Anna is the food. Anandamayakosha. The next one is the Pranayama, the body which is filled with energy, or the prana, the life force. So within the physical body, there is an energetic body. The next layer is your Manomayakosha, the sheath of mind, the sheath of thoughts. So we all are a bundle of thoughts. We are all swimming in our own ocean of thoughts only. So it's called the Manomayakosha. Man is mind. As we learned from last class, mantra, mananat trayate iti mantra. That one protects our mind. So man, the Sanskrit word, is mind. So Manomaya Kosha is the mind layer. The next one is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnana. Vijnana means Vishesha Jnana, like the science or the intelligence, which gives us the power to discriminate, which gives us the power to know what is right and wrong. So that discriminative power is coming from an intelligence layer. It's called Vijnanamaya Kosha. And finally, we have got another beautiful layer. It's called Anandamayakosha. Ananda is, of course, the bliss. So outermost layer, if you look at, most of the time, we dwell in the physical layer, outermost layer. And that is the layer where we have a lot of limitations. It's a three-dimensional world only, where there is a lot of stress, worries, anxieties, fear, anger. All the different problems do happen at the outermost physical layer, because that is where mostly we remain. 99% of the time, we remain in our body consciousness, in an external environment, by knowing that we are the body. But yoga helps us to transcend from body to bliss. So it gives us inroad to us. So we talked about mantra, yantra, and tantra last time. The tantra is the technology, the mantra is the software, and yantra is the hardware. So yogic technologies are powerful enough tools to help us to put those mantras into our yantra, or the vehicle. That is why it helps us to transcend from the gross physical body to the subtle blissful body. From limited three-dimensional plane, we transcend to unlimited, infinite dimensional being. And that's the true nature. We are infinite dimensional being, but we are playing out the role of a limited human mind in this planet so that we can enjoy life in whatever it offers in the external world. So with that little understanding, let's try to do a little bit of exercise for 2 minutes right now to engage into something called micro yoga, is Sukshma Vyayam, for our sense organs. And then we'll a little bit learn also about the sense organs, the 5 elements after this. So let's just use the hand, just like last time we did some acupressure exercise. Remember the 7 techniques we learned? So today we'll just learn about something that we can do when we get up from the bed. So immediately after getting up from the bed, we can engage into 5 minutes of exercise to just warm up the cosmic vehicle, warm up this car or yantra, just like warming up your car or warming up your computer. So keep your fingertips and just tap into your head all around, just like tapping on the head will create more blood circulation to the brain. Just take a moment to tap on your forehead. Maybe you can just tap it. Like, tapping on the forehead is also a very good technique. It's called EFT, emotional freedom technique. Just tap, 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 and feel like all the stress and worries going out. There's so much of tapping techniques we'll be learning. So tapping on the forehead, tapping on the side, tapping on the back, tapping on the top, tapping all around is a good way to start. Just the acupressure points tapped. Good. Now keep your 3 fingers, the pointer, middle finger, and ring finger, plant on your temples. So the first part of the brain is called frontal cortex. The side one is called temporal lobes. Just press them and then gently move them clockwise 10 times and then counterclockwise 10 times. This is just good enough point to release all the stress, all the worries, just for 2 minutes. Good. Now, keep your pointers and thumb and pinch in the center of the eyebrow. This is where the third eye is there. So just pinch with your 2 fingers, pointers and thumb, in the center, and keep your eyes closed just for one more breath mindfully. It feels good. Like many times we have headache, pinching at the center can bring a relief. Now from the central point, just try to stretch out your thumb from center outward, just like your thumb is pressing the groove of the eyes and just pushing outward. So there are a lot of marma points in Ayurveda, we call it, that improves the eyesight. So the thumb pushing from the center outward activates a lot of these nerve endings that improves the eyesight. Good. Now keep your pointers on your closed eyes. Just try to move clockwise 10 times. Just to have an intention of behaving a beautiful eyesight, vision, 20/20 vision, and then counterclockwise 10 times. Our fingers always have the healing power. So when you use your fingers to heal a particular part of the body, the healing happens. Good. After doing 10 times clockwise, 10 times counterclockwise, you can just clear up your eyes. Good. Now, ears are also very important, isn't it? Like as we climb up in our leadership positions all the time, we engage into a lot of meetings. Most of the time we hear people saying or we speak and others hear. So ears are a very important part of our organ, one of the sense organs. So keep your palms, just gently press against your ears and then move them clockwise 10 times and counterclockwise 10 times, just to activate the outside and inside of the ears. Good. The palms have got the healing power that heals the ears. Now you can also pull up your ears on the top of it, just pull it up 10 times. There are a lot of acupressure points around these ears, which are connected to our brain, like memories, focus, etc. Good. Sideways 10 times. That's why we do the ear piercing, so that the focus builds up at a particular age. When the children grow in the ancient time, both boys and girls used to have that ear piercing to increase the memory, increase the focus of the mind. So pulling down also the lower part, good. It's a very good exercise. Just every day we can do it. You can also do these 2 fingers and just try to rub your ears inside and outside. There are a lot of acupressure points, nerve endings around it, which really help to have a good brain exercise. Good. Now you can also rub your nose just to have a good sense of smell. We have to activate our nose. So many times we have got nose blockage. We try to do some breathing exercise, but it doesn't happen. Either the left is blocked or right is blocked. So this will open up the blockages from the nose. Sinus blockages will open up. It will also take some extra oil from the nose, which creates pimples on our face. This is a very good exercise for the nose. Keep your palms on your cheeks and massage your cheeks clockwise 10 times, counterclockwise 10 times. That will bring a radiant face. So that there will be no wrinkles. Even though we live for 108 years, you'll be still looking forever 21. Good. Now we do a tongue exercise, our test organs. So we take the tongue out and then make a roaring sound like a lion. So that activates any kind of blockages in our throat, our Visuddhi chakra, which is, we are going to learn about the Visuddhi chakra, which is the center of our communication. So we have to be communicating well. So in order to open up a communication skill, you have to also create a feeling of a lion. So let's do a lion or Simasana. So all you do is keep your back sitting upright and then take your tongue out and then make a roaring sound like ah, and keep your eyes bright open, just like a lion. Just mimic like a lion. Take your tongue out, because tongue is also connected to Alzheimer's disease prevention. So if you do the tongue exercise, it's very good for enhancing memory. So inhale through the nose, take your tongue out, open mouth, bright eyes open, like ah. And then once you do it, you might feel something on your throat. Swallow your saliva and then try to release all the tension from the throat. Just gently massage your throat and swallow your saliva. That will open up the throat channel or the voice channel. Let's do one more time. Inhale through the nose, eyes bright open, tongue out, and be like a lion. Good. Take a moment to massage your throat, swallow your saliva 3 times. Good. Relax. Inhale, exhale. Let's move on. So Ashtanga Yoga, this is what Sage Patanjali talked about, just like we explain yoga in many different ways. So in order to understand the whole concept of yoga, which means the union of our body, breath, and mind, which is coming from a Sanskrit word called use, like to unite, to join them together. So the Sage Patanjali talked about the 8 limbs of yoga: Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So the 8 limbs of yoga. The yamas are good citizen, how to be a good citizen in the world, how to follow certain rules so that you can be a good citizen of the world. Basically don'ts, like you should not do certain things. We'll learn about that. Niyamas are good set of principles that we should understand and follow to be a best person in our own personal life. Asanas are physical practices that makes our body stronger, healthier. Pranayama are a technique of breath control so that you can even enhance the prana, which is a little different than the breath. We'll understand that in the next session. What is the difference between breath and prana? And then pratyahara is the technique of withdrawing your senses from the physical objective world and go inward. So yama, niyama, asana, pranayama are the bahirang yoga, the external yoga. And then we get into the intimate or internal yoga, antarang yoga, and pratyahara is in between them. It helps us to transcend from the grosser physical world to the inner subtle world. Dharana is the focus of the mind. You understand different ways how to focus the mind. Dhyana is contemplation, meditation, which is a little different than focus. After you do the focus, the dhyana happens. And samadhi is the ultimate trance state that we really understand our true self. We go to that alpha state of consciousness. We feel very blissful. So from Anandamayakosha to Anandamayakosha can be happen by adopting a right sequence of activities based on this Ashtanga Yoga sadhana or samadhi. So let's explore the 10 rules of Yama. First one is Satya, which is telling the truth. That means if you don't tell the truth or don't tell a lie, you say it that way, don't tell a lie. Opposite is truth in a positive way. Don't become violent. The opposite is ahimsa. Don't steal from others. That is the practice of asteya. Brahmacharya, consciously direct your energy or making the most of all the resources given to us. $65 million this body mind complex, we must make use of that before we exit this body or before we return this vehicle to the universe. So we must make use of all the resources given to us. We all are in Silicon Valley. So we must have done everything possible to make a difference in this world. And that is called Brahmacharya, being on the path of Brahman, which you can create difference in everything that we do. The next one is Aparigraha, not to covet things and this, I won't take it, I want to take it. Coming out of the excessive greediness is called Aparigraha. Then we talk about daya, compassion, kindness. Then arjava, honesty, straightforwardness. Then kshama, forgiveness. Mitahara, then moderation in eating mindfully. Then socha, which is the most important aspect right now, to be clean hands, clean body, clean mind. So that cleanliness is one of the most important requirements. So there's the 10 yamas. In the traditional yoga right now, contemporary yoga, in the modern yoga, they talk about only 5 yamas and 5 niyamas. But thanks to my association with a lot of Himalayan masters, and then coming back from the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, we have added these 5 more, which is from the original text. That's why mostly you will not find this 10. And then in the Global Meditation Marathon, we explore everything for 15 minutes. And for 30 days, we nurture our mind. Now, let's talk about the 10 rules of the niyamas, which are the do's for us. The first one, tapa, hard work, austerity. Nothing happens without hard work. And this body is designed to do the hard work. Next one is santosha. If you do the hard work, At some point of time, you must be satisfied with life. Every day in the night before you retire, you must have that sense of contentment. That's very important, so that you can give more interest to wake up again. Astikya, having that faith that yes, I can do it. Self-efficacy, believing in our own self. Ishwar Pujan, Siddhant, Ishwar Pujan is something that we must be aware of the divine in everything and every being. Everything is coming from the same source. So bringing that awareness of that is called Ishwar Pujan, knowing that God is everywhere, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, realizing that in our thoughts, words, and actions, that's called Ishwar Pujan. Then, of course, the Hri is overcoming the guilt and shame. Something happened long time ago, we don't have to get stuck on that. How to move forward. I have this meditation from Hri to Sri. How from a shame, how we can create to fame. So that is called Hri. We have got something called Mati, using our conscience. We must do something to be more powerful with our value judgment. What is right, what is wrong? Use your conscience for that. That's called Mati. Japa is constant remembrance. Just like chanting the name, we must remember our goal. That is one of the key of how do we turn on the internal GPS, and how do you put that frame of mind. I'm totally healthy, I'm truly happy, and I'm very successful. That mantra has to be remembered constantly and through japa technique. Brata is taking a vow, a sacred vow, that yes, I'll be practicing yoga, I'll be a good citizen of the world, I'll make a difference. So whatever that commitment to yourself and to the world, that's called Brata, practice of discipline with a sacred vow. Then Siddhanta Shravan, taking time to hone your skill, sharpen the saw all the time by reading scriptures, understanding the truth of life, listening to TED Talks, YouTube talks, and inspirational, motivational talks, so that we can constantly feed our mind with the right noble thoughts. That's called Siddhanta Shravan. Then, of course, Dana is also a very important aspect. It's called donation. Like we must be coming out of the petty self, transcend from our limited self to external self, so that we can help others make a difference in the world also. So those are the 10 niyamas that we practice. Then we will talk about, of course, this course is very vast. We're just touching upon just to create an eagerness and enthusiasm within ourselves to get more deep into this aspect. So the Tanmatra is the subtle essence of life, which helps us to reincarnate to the 5 elements, the space element, the air element, fire element, water, and earth. These are the 5 elements that everything is made up of. And our body also is made up of that. Our mind is also made up of these subtle elements. So in our class, we talked a little bit more about, there is a special workshop on how to bring the balance of the 5 elements, so that we can have more chemical balance in our body, more hormonal balance in our body, more mental balance, left and right brain coordination. So all those things are talking from the 5 elements. And this is also connected to Vedic astrology. All these different elements that is a part of the entire universe, they are also influenced by different planets. So this is a good transition for many different confluence of yoga, Ayurveda, and astrology, which are the 3 sister sciences in the Indian system. And then as you can notice, the Vata, Pitta, and Kapha is coming from these elements also. The water and earth becomes the Kapha, the fire becomes the Pitta, the air becomes the Vata. So those are all very important. So this also gives us the 5 sense organs. We hear with the space element, the sound comes from that, the touch comes from the air, the vision comes from the fire element, the water is taste, and the earth has got all these things. So we'll learn a little bit more about this concept right now. I will just present before you a 15 minutes of a small video, which we made with about 70 students from our school, which enacted the 5 elements based on my script in the form of different dance. So the small dance clips will be there to explain us how this balance happens in our life. So I will stop sharing of this screen, and then I'll go over to another screen. And of course, before I come to the screen, like everybody can take advantage of our courses of these programs from our YouTube channel, Wellness by All Means is our brand. So if you have a little bit doubts about all these things, you can always have some enhanced knowledge about this one. So before I open up the question and answer, let me get back to that mode where we can experience balance of the 5 elements. Everybody okay so far? Is there any burning question before I show the movie? Everything okay? Rajuji, everything okay?
Everything is fine, Manoj ji. I don't see any questions in the chat also. If anybody wants to ask any question, please unmute yourself and we will have time for the questions at the end also.
You can also use the chat. If you have some burning question, please use the chat function so that we can take up next time. Or
Question, Joshi ji,
Haji.
how to remember this stuff? It's a lot of knowledge, but it's
that's a great question, because in the olden time people used to go for the 12 years in the beginning. They used to chant every day: Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Daya, Arjavakshama, Mitahara, Suchi, Tapa, Santosha, Astikya, Dana, Iswara, Pujana, Siddhanta, Sravana, Hri, Mati, Japaha, Brataha, Iti. This is song like a song. So I've got a small movie which you remember this song and repeat it every day for 7 days. You'll remember.
And Surendraji, we will also record, this is being recorded. We will put it in our website also, on our YouTube channel.
So will you send those?
I will send the links.
Okay, thank you very much.
Manoj ji,
Haji.
good morning. I have a question.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please go ahead and ask me the question. Yeah.
Sonia ji, go ahead. Sonia ji, we cannot hear you. Maybe you are muted again.
Yeah, mute, I think. We will skip that. Maybe we can come back later. Let's watch this one. So Sonia ji, just hold on to your question. After this movie, we'll come back to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that is fine, sir.
So everybody can see this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Salutation to Mother Earth, salutation to the water, salutation to the fire, salutation to the air, salutation to the space, salutation to all the living, non-living things and beings of this universe. We, the human beings, are so privileged by your auspicious presence in our life. But we wonder how all this got created in the first place. Who came first and who came after? Is there anything beyond the space or before the time? Let's witness the dance drama on Tanmatra, the subtle essence of creation. O mighty five elements, you have witnessed the entire creation. Please enlighten us and lead us in the path of celebration, dance and joy. Tasmadva etat smadatmana akasa sambhutah. The Atman creates the space.
आकाशाय च विद्महे नभो देवाय धीमहि तन्नो गगनं प्रचोदयात्।
I am the space. All objects and experience get created within me. I am omnipresent and ever expansive. Just like a painter needs a canvas to draw, the Brahman needs me to create everything. I am infinite and I am eternal. I create the sound. If you keep me balanced, you will be able to express yourself and attract everyone towards you. The star in my space, which you see as the physical sun in the sky, is also installed in every cell of your body, representing your energy system and the chemical makeup. The sun represents the source of life, the inspiration of life, and the balance within the life. Please join me saluting to Surya, or the dispeller of darkness.
Suryaya Namaha. Suryaya Namaha. Suryaya Namaha.
I am the air. You can hear me and you can feel me. I am the provider of prana, or the life force, to all living beings in this planet. Remember, there is only one air which we all share. If you keep me balanced, you will experience more love, empathy, and compassion for all beings. You'll be able to understand others deeply beyond their words and actions, and can bring more gratitude and forgiveness. Just like Pavan Putra Hanuman, you all are the offsprings of air only. With my presence, you will become one like him, who is swift as the mind and fast like the wind, master of the Tanmatras, who control your senses, intelligence and wisdom. You will also experience more stability, purity with the harmony of your breath.
Manojam Marutatulyavegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vadatmajam Vadarayuddhamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapatye.
I am the fire. I have sound, touch and form. I give you the heat, the burning desire and the passion to do things in life. If you keep me balanced, you will become more self-loving, compassionate, confident and assertive. You will have the persistence and the drive it takes to achieve your goal.
Vadasi yadi kinchidapi dantaruchi kaumudi harati dar timiram ati ghoram spurad adharasi Chandrama Rochayatu Lochana Chakoram.
I am the water. I have sound, touch, form and taste. I fill up 70% of your body and play a very vital role in maintaining the balance. I flow in different forms like river, lakes, oceans, snow, steam, and even as clouds. If you keep me balanced, you will be more creative, committed, vibrant, energetic, and blossom like Pallavi, taking Pada, the music, Laya, the crescendo, and Vinyasa, the elaboration. You will experience the fullness and richness of life, just like the water starts from the mountain, becomes a river, meets the ocean, and again becomes clouds and raindrops and come back to the source. A complete journey. I am the earth. You can find in me all the 5 attributes: sound, touch, form, taste, and smell, which makes me the most powerful. Prithivya Osadhaya. The earth creates plants. Osadibhyos Annam. Plants creates the food. Annat Purusha. The food creates life. All plants, animals, birds, mountains, human beings, all are covered under me. I am associated with the present era, influencing the 3 most important things like money, relationship, and spirituality. If you keep me balanced, you will feel very grounded, safe, secure, and stable in your life. I have witnessed the entire evolution of humankind, starting with a unicellular species to the trillion cellular human beings, which is also depicted in the story of the Avatar, the 10 reincarnations of Lord Vishnu: Matsya, the fish; Kurma, the tortoise; Varaha, the boar; the Narasimha, half man and half animal; the Vamana, the dwarf; the Parshuram; the Ram; the Balaram; the Buddha, and the Kalki, who is yet to come. We have been experiencing the Prakriti so much thanks to the creative interplay of all Tanmatras and great elements. But how about the experiencer, the God within each one of us? How can we see and feel the presence of that oneness among all things and beings? Mahatma Gandhi got inspired with a prayer, Vaishnava Janato, that reassured him about the true nature of the godly people. Godly people are those who see others with empathy. They help those who are in misery, but never let self-conceit enter their mind. They respect the entire world, respect other women, and do not succumb to attachments. They are blessed souls.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जानी रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए।
From that Atman, the Supreme Soul, space came into being. From the space the wind, from the wind came the air, and from the air the fire. From the fire came the earth. From the earth came all plants. From the plants the food. From the food the man came into being.
तस्माद्व एतस्मदात्मान आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशद्वयोः द्वयोरग्निः अग्निरापः अद्वयः पृथिवी पृथ्वीभ्यः ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽस्ना अनन्तपुरुषः अनन्तपुरुषः अनन्तपुरुषः
Sorry. So I hope it was a good experience for all of you. We knew from this class today that what we are made up of. We have the 5 elements. We have the 5 koshas, Pancha Kosher. We remain in the physical body level, and how we can transcend from the body to bliss through yoga. So we'll learn more aspects of yoga in our future classes. But right now, I think you might have some questions. So please go ahead and ask for 1 or 2 minutes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj ji. Anybody has any questions, please raise your hand or put it in the chat. Unmute yourself and speak up, please. As I mentioned in the chat, we will have these videos uploaded in a couple of days on our Rotary Club of Silkanandra website. I will send an email out to everybody who registered for these workshops also with the links. Thank you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, speak up a little bit
Oh,
loud.
okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties that I'm facing here. But my question, Manoj, first of all, thank you so much for doing such a wonderful session, and learned a lot about 5 elements and how we can incorporate all the techniques that you have taught us. So my question was that how soon we can have our kids start these sessions, and what is the time frame we should do this?
I think kids are by birth, they're yogis and yoginis. They say after 8 years, they're always in that subconscious state of mind. They're in the alpha state of consciousness. They feel the real joy of life. But I think after that 8, their minds start getting corrupted with repeated teachings about the meanness of the world. I would say, we teach them so many things. So and then slowly, we have to start the process of unlearning. And yoga helps us to unlearn things. So as you're teaching them different rules of the world, of course, they have to learn that also. But at the same time, if we can teach them how to unlearn things by learning different aspects of the self, the subject, after age 8, that's a great age. We have different courses. We work on one-on-one small groups. Look at all the dancers. We have got hundreds of these students come to our Odissi class. And Odissi is also an extension of yoga only. I teach them yoga, mindfulness, meditation, team building, how to improve that leadership quality through dance. So we use the yoga and breathing dance techniques starting from age 5 for girls and boys to teach them different aspects of yoga.
5 to 8 is the right age to start them.
Yes.
So do you have a particular program just catered to the kids? A small
we have different programs, and we also cater to, right now we are building a stronger community here by wellness by all means in the Bay Area. We're giving that experience of an ashram, being at the comfort of our house, and thanks to the lockdown opportunity, we are trying to create a number of programs throughout the day so that, a group of kids, for example, when they come together, 10 kids, we can put up a course for them, and they can enjoy that course, and then we can facilitate that. So we are open. We are right now doing it for all the different courses right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manoj.
Right.
Thank you, Manoj, for a good session, and we'll try to remember everything that you said. And then, since Rajgaru promised you're going to get a recorded video, it'll be reminder of everything that you have said.
Right.
And we'll put into practice.
If you all, enable your videos, we will take some snapshots of these pictures. Ratnamala Garu, please help.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Sorry, yeah. You can take my picture, yeah.
Yeah, ready? Okay, I see I'm getting more. Maybe if there's another window, I'll go to that also. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. Let's start that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all, and thanks for joining in today. We will meet again next week. Third session.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Manoj. It was an amazing session as always.
Yeah,
Wonderful question to put to practice.
I'm so sorry, like my phone call came from India and then took my video off. That's great. So I really enjoyed giving.
Manoj, there is a lot of echo and.
Yeah, I know something happened today, and then can you still hear me right now?
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah, I just closed that phone because the phone was creating a lot of disturbance, and I got a call from India, and then that took my Zoom out, and I've been, So anyway, so there are a lot of problems happen, and this is the time of problems, and then we have to find solution. Namaste to everybody, and I'm looking for our next event where we learn a lot of breathing techniques, at least how to breathe properly.
Thank you so much, Manoj.
Thank you.
It's an amazing session as always. Looking forward to more sessions in future. Trying to put things into practice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Raju Garu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything.